During all of this, the Ethiopians lost 10% of their men, while the Italians lost nearly 60%. Today's video, how did Italy lose against Ethiopia? As the world watched, the supposedly primitive Ethiopians were able to repel a modern European army. This defeat was grave and humiliating, and many were puzzled as to how it could have occurred. In 1869, not long after Italy was unified into one kingdom, the Italians, who felt that they were falling behind in the scramble for Africa, purchased a small port on the Red Sea from the local Eritreans, and began expanding outwards. In approximately 20 years, they controlled a significant portion of East Africa, and as this was occurring, the nearby Ethiopian Empire, which had existed in the region for over 600 years, suddenly found itself cut off from the sea. And by 1887, skirmishes were occurring between the Italians and local Ethiopian warlords. This culminated in the Battle of Dogali, in which an Italian column was ambushed and destroyed by the Ethiopians. After this, the Italians were determined to pacify Ethiopia, and they saw their chance when its emperor died and the throne was claimed by the Italian-supported Menelik II. However, there were two versions of the treaty. One was written in Italian, and the other Amharic, the language of Ethiopia, and each had different terms. The contentious clause which eventually would lead to the outbreak of war was in the Italian version of the treaty, which stated that Ethiopia was effectively a colonial protectorate of Italy, a provision that did not exist in the Amharic draft. Although Baratieri's expedition encountered initial success against some of the local kings, things would change after Menelik assembled a massive army of 200,000 men in September of 1895. Though they were armed with spears and swords, about half of them were armed with modern rifles, which had been purchased from the Russians. Interestingly, the Ethiopians, all things considered, were better equipped than their Italian counterparts, who were unaware of this due to Menelik's cunning. He led the Italians to believe that Ethiopia was a completely primitive country on the brink of collapse. Only a few months into the new year, the Italian campaign abruptly ended when Baratieri finally encountered Menelik's army in the mountains near the town of Adwa. General Baratieri's expedition was already beginning to run low on water, munitions, and morale. And when the huge Ethiopian army of approximately 120,000 men was spotted, he was, understandably, planning to retreat. But this was not an option, as he was ordered by Italian Prime Minister Crispi, no, I'm not making that name up, to attack Menelik's force. During all of this, the Ethiopians lost 10% of their men, while the Italians lost nearly 60%.